Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone that has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. Meeting start time is 6:30, so please be on time. Please turn off cell phones and refrain from making posts to social media during the meeting. Please only one person speaks at a time. We will gladly sign your attendance slips and you can get them after the discussion. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view how substance abuse has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language and language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please welcome them into our program. Let's see, your confidentiality is important to us. However, please be mindful, this is a live stream meeting and is open to Racing for Recovery members around the globe. Please refrain from getting up and leaving during the meeting in progress. Please throw away your trash in the proper receptacles. And lastly, but not leastly, if you are smoking, we encourage you to stop. But if you do choose to smoke, please do so in the designated areas. Hi, everybody. Welcome to, do we have any first-time attendees tonight? Any first-timers? No? Great. All right. Okay, could we have the designated reader read the guidelines to living a lifestyle of recovery?
Hello. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines. 1. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyles as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is a source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thank you, Mark. Got some announcements for us there, Tim?
I do, as a matter of fact. Okay, so here at Racing for Recovery, these are our live stream and in-person support group meetings. All groups are open to the public, and please feel free to bring your friends and your families and your neighbors families, and all those good people. On Monday, they have a book study group here in the building, and that is from 4 to 5. They are currently going over the Elevate book. You're doing that, right?
Sure I am.
Yeah, Jen heads that up. How's that going? Pretty good? Pretty good? Good. All right. Tuesday, men and women's peer support group from 4 to 5 here at the building. Wednesday is the BAC recovery group. There's a dinner at 6:30. The shuttle will leave from in front of the suites over here at 5:15, and then the service for that is 8:30 or 6:30 to 8:30. Thursday, today, we have the free plant-based dinner and music here at the building. That's 5:30 to 6:30. Followed by this signature live support group meeting, 6:30 to 7:30. Saturday, we have community connections from 1:30 to 4 here at the building. What that is, it's just a big community gathering here. Again, feel free to bring your friends and your family, everybody that you know. Any games that we can put on the TV that's on, it's usually on the TV. Movies sometimes, there's pool table, cornhole, all kinds of cool games that for the kids, and all kinds of cool games for the adults as well. It's a fun time, come check us out. Sunday is the Bedford Alliance Church service. The shuttle for that leaves at 10:15 over there again in front of the suites. And the service for that is at 11 a.m. Please follow us on social media for live streams and updates. Leave us a review on Google and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a shout out to Chef Dean and the kitchen volunteers for that. I was telling a couple people that my belly was like, all right, one more plate. But I knew better than that. I had to sit up here, I knew better than that. Shout out to our tech crew also. Without them, this live stream is not possible. Thanks, Jeff, Ethan. And I have one more special shout out. I know I try to every week to give a shout out to my sister, Jenny, who is in Houston. She likes to tune in and watch us every week. She said that, what'd she say? Something about she'll be back at her home base or something next Thursday because that's what we do on Thursdays apparently.
Yes.
But right now she is actually mid-flight on her way to San Francisco and she is currently watching. So hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
And, that's all I got.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yeah. All right, we are going to do introductions. You do not have to identify as an alcoholic or an addict, but if it is helpful to you, please feel free to do so. I just want to know your name, why you decided to join us today, and then one thing that brought you joy today. Let's start over here.
I'm Mary Jo. I am here because this is my family. This is where I like to be. And I want to wish Adam and Jen a happy birthday. One thing I found joy in is just being alive.
Thanks, Mitch.
I'm JJ. This is what I do on Thursday nights. Have for going on 10 months now. Can't imagine being anywhere else. Still being here with my family. What was the other one?
One thing that brought you joy today.
Just waking up and coming here and finding out it was your and Adam's birthday. I think everybody should sing, honestly.
I do too.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jen. Happy birthday to you.
You got a 27, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. That was awful and wonderful at the same time. All right, we'll go behind you. Instigator.
Well,
Oh.
this is what I do on Thursday night for my mental wellness. And what was the question?
One thing that brought you joy today.
One thing that brought me joy today, I woke up sober this morning and I got to do my group.
Thanks, Paul. Sir.
Hi, my name is Mark. I'm here to not take Bradley stuff, but to give and receive support, and because of Jen and Adam's birthday. And one thing that brought me joy was having dinner in the cafeteria with my peers. It was a good feeling.
Thanks, Mark.
My name's Corey. This is the place to be on Thursday, so that's why I'm here. One thing that brought me joy today was talk to my kids bright and early.
Thanks. for the back wall.
My name is Mike, and what brought me here today is to support my peers and to get support. And what brought me joy today is seeing the community coming together.
What's up, guys? I'm Chris. I'm here tonight because I'm back here supporting the people that supported me. So it brought me joy. After work today, I went for a nice long walk at Swan Creek.
Thanks, Chris.
I'm Mark. I'm here tonight because, well, I spent many years here. That's where I learned to love myself and just trying to maintain my sobriety by taking an active role. I found a lot of healing in this room on Thursdays for a long time. So I try to slide in from time to time when I can. One thing that brought me joy today, I've been working a lot of hours. So last night I fell asleep at 8:30 this morning and I woke up at 5 a.m. totally rested. And that did, it brought me joy because I don't get very much sleep.
Thanks.
I'm Cote. This Thursdays is what we do. We come home, we have a good meal, we have good conversations. Like Mark said, I'm here to support the place that helped me find me. I'm happy. I found joy today, waking up with the Lord, and then my Wanda, she's my cat. Everybody, I'm sure you guys know that, but yeah, and just come to see you guys. Part of my my recovery journey still continues.
Thank you, Mike.
Hi, my name is Kenny. Why am I here today? It's just a place to be. I like coming here. I know a lot of people in the room, and I just enjoy coming to see people here and be part of it. Something that brought me joy this morning was, I was trying to figure out my license, and I figured out that I just had a lot less to pay than I thought I did. So that was a relief. That's all I got.
I'm Ryan. I'm here because this is it's at on Thursdays. Also to give and receive support. I got joy today when I showed up here. So seeing you guys always brings me joy.
Thanks, Mark.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm here because this is what I always do on Thursdays. For a while, will continue to do so. This is my connecting place. This is my home. It's where I want to be. It's where I choose to be. I could not miss Jen's debut. I've been here since day one with her, and I could not be more proud and joyful to see your face. And happy birthday to both Adam and you. Something that brought me joy earlier was stopping in to see one of my grandsons and him just dropping everything to yell Grammy and run into my arms. Being a grandma is the joy of my life.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm here tonight. This is my second home, and this is what we do on Thursdays. And one thing that brought me joy today was another day of being sober.
I'm David. I'm here tonight because this is a place to be on Thursday night. But Racing for Recovery has given me a platform to work on myself and grow and be a better person. And it brings me joy. I'm gonna say what my man said, the Ohio State guy over there. I went to bed early and I woke up at 5 a.m. Took a shower and that felt good. So, just little things like that.
Simple things.
I'm Rick. I'm an alcoholic. I'm here to support my son, Austin, and anyone else here, I suppose, that wanted to talk to me. What brings me joy, what brought me joy today, probably the only joy today, was my two cats. I have a brother and sister from Kittens, and they bring me more joy than any of my exes.
Austin. I'm here because this is a major part of my life. And something that brought me joy today was I saw a bird taking a dirt bath.
Nice. Thanks, Austin. Nice.
I'm Bradley. I'm here to give and get support. And one thing that brought me joy today is seeing the growth that my friends and family is doing.
Thanks, Brad.
My name's Mitchell. I am here to support myself and others. And one thing that brought me joy today was I broke out the bike. Bipedal bike, but bike still for this season.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm Jason. This is what I do on Thursdays consistently for a while now. Kind of worried I might need a new roommate after that little fiasco. Might not have a place no more. But seeing the pictures from Tuesday volleyball, that's what brought me joy today.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. Man.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and I'm here to better myself. And I think things that brought me joy today, earlier in group that I had today, I think peers and staff that allowed me to be vulnerable and accepted me. It made me feel comfortable about it so I can move past some things. And also receiving my son's graduation. It's also a picture, so I'm really excited to have that. Yeah, it brought me a lot of joy.
I'm Michelle. I'm here tonight because I was thinking it's like must-see TV. I mean, that's kind of an old thing. Most people don't know, but it's like Thursday night was must-see TV. So this is like must-do meeting. I don't know. What brought me joy? Ooh. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and as a apple crisp. Major joy and seeing everybody here. Yep.
Hi, my name is Julia. I come to this meeting because I like the people here and I like it here. And what brought me joy is seeing the chef and his wonderful dinner. Thanks.
Yes, you. That guy.
You, Sean. I'm Sean. I'm here because this is home. I love this place. I love being here. It's my first time back to a meeting since kind of joining the other side, and it's good to be here, and I'm just here to offer support. And one thing that brought me joy, Michelle stole my answer, but if you know me, you know I love to eat. So that meatloaf and that mashed potatoes, tell it. I'm a happy man. Fat happy man.
I'm Renee. I'm here because this is where my newfound friends and family gathers on Thursdays. And one thing that brought me joy today is I got to go Mother's Day shopping for my sister. So I like doing that and then coming here.
Hey, I'm Dennis. What was your country again? I forgot that quick.
What's your name?
What was your country?
Why you joined us and one thing that brought you joy.
Okay. If anybody Joy, I talked to my daughter today. Hey, Joyce and Auntie, she online. What you bring me while I'm here today? I still need to work on myself. And today.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jason. I'm here because I found a new family, very supportive in all my endeavors. Got two things to be proud of. Both my daughters, but my baby girl, I know she's watching. She's expecting my first grandchild, and it's a boy. And she graduated college this year. I'm very proud of her. Hi, waiter.
Thanks. Sunshine.
Here.
Two sunshines at one table.
Okay. Hi, I'm Maggie. I really like what she said about friends and like new friends and stuff and connecting with peers. This I love it. I love it here. Jason stole my answer about the Tuesday volleyball pictures. I was gonna say it first. That's fine. But no, yeah, that really brought me joy then, and it brought me joy seeing how great Ethan is at photography and just capturing the moments, me falling. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hi, I'm Sheila. I come here on Thursday because all cool kids come here, and I want to grow up and be cool someday too. So hang around y'all for a little bit.
You are cool, Sheila.
Very cool. Thank you. And then what brought me joy today, you know, if you know me and you're in my inner circle, I collect these little things that are called thimbles. And sometimes I'll look and look and look, and I can't find a thimble in any thrift store or Goodwill. But today I hit pay dirt. I got 27 thimbles in a Ziploc baggie for $10. Woo! I was feeling that all day.
Score.
It's the little joys in life.
That's awesome. Thanks, Sheila. Does anybody along the wall want to share anything? No? All right, then I'm gonna go to my partners in crime. We're gonna call you
I'll
that
go.
tonight. All right.
I'll go. Hi, I am Joy.
Yeah, you are.
I am Tim, and I'm just trying to fit in with all the cool kids too. This Sheila. No, I joke, but this is home. This is where I started finding myself and where I want to continue because I like what I found so far. Something that has brought me joy today. There's a few things that are ringing, bouncing back and forth in my head right now. But Jason's shirt, when I first saw it this morning, made me laugh. Jason, what's your shirt say?
Not friendly. Please do not touch.
I love it. Go ahead,
Awesome.
birthday boy.
I'm Adam. Here because I do love this place. And I think what brought me joy today, everyone asked if I was going to take the day off of my birthday, which I would never do that anyways. But what brought me joy, I think, was all the nice things that people have said to myself and Jen. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feeling. And it's kind of turning over a new leaf because I'm usually about humbug about everything. And I said I wouldn't be this year, and trying to get better every year with that stuff. So thanks you guys for all the nice things and for showing up here tonight.
How's it feel to be 21?
Pretty good. Long time ago.
Well, I am Jen. I am here because I hope to be as cool as Sheila one day. So I'm working on that, hanging out with the cool kids, hope it rubs off. And waking up today brought me joy. Waking up and knowing that I get to walk into the second half of my century that I hope I get on this planet, sober and with a lot of hope. So, yeah, it's a good day.
Very nice.
All right, who do we have that has the answer, Adam?
Michelle.
Miss Michelle.
The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me, each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving, just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thank you. Thank you. So I did come with a topic, but before we potentially get into that, I want to see if anybody has anything they have on their mind or their heart that they'd like to share or talk about. Anybody? Save me from myself. Anybody? No? Okay. So with it being our birthday, I was thinking about gifts. And as I was reflecting on this glorious journey that I've been on, I was trying to figure out what the greatest gift that I've received was. And there's been a lot of them. But what I came to realize as I was thinking about that was that the majority of those things came from doing something that I was afraid of. So I came with the topic of the gift of fear. So I was thinking about what is something that you were afraid to do that once you did it, there was a gift on the other side of that? Yeah, you know I'm looking at you.
I know you are.
Anybody? There we go.
Something that I was fear of doing, right? My fear was to open up to anybody, to let them know that, to be vulnerable or to talk about feelings. And when I started doing that, I found a real version of myself in that, and it helped me grow into the person, the man that I wanted to be. So that it was growth.
Thanks, Bradley. It's been an absolute joy. That's another joy. Watching you do this with a lot of humility and a lot of vulnerability, and it's courage. It's really good to see.
Thank you.
Mitchell.
Well, one thing I was terrified to do was come to recovery. I thought that by coming to recovery, I admitted that, well, everything that I thought was true, but just me being dramatic, was actually true. It was, I had effectively decimated my life. I had 32 jobs in 2 years, 4 months. That's pretty, there are jobs I got W-2s for I don't remember working for. I couldn't tell you how the fuck I made any money there. But, anyways, so, but I was scared I was gonna lose everything. I was scared I was gonna lose my house, I was gonna lose my, I don't know, what was left of my career, if there wasn't anything left. I didn't have any money, so I don't know what I was really scared of, because what I didn't realize at the time was that I already gave it all away. It was just, I was living on extremely thin ice and borrowed time. So, and I thought that I'd lose my family, though. I thought that, it just, I don't know. Anyways, a lot of different things there. But on the other side of that is a gift. And the gift itself is recovery. I am building a life I am trying to build a life that I don't want to run from. I just trying to be better today than I was yesterday. People around here who know me know kind of what my view on life is, and I'm trying to change that. So all you can do is try. But the point is I'm here, and I'm joyfully curious about what life has to bring for once. So that's progress, and that itself is a gift.
Huge. Thanks, Mitchell. Thank you.
Chris.
My biggest fear, actually coming here, was being vulnerable. Kind of like Bradley said, like being vulnerable. Like if you know me, you know I can talk all day. I gotta talk about my accomplishments, you know, the good things that happened in my life. But one thing I didn't like to talk about before I came here was my shortcomings and my fuck ups. And there was a lot of them over my adult life. And I remember the first couple times opening up to somebody, either whether it was in group or with Amanda or just one of my close friends here, being honest about the hard things that I haven't overcome yet made me grow tremendously. But the things I was scared of, that I was hiding, that I wasn't talking about to anybody, just came flooding out. Just sitting here crying like a little baby here, just bawling in front of everybody. But it also gave me room to grow and learn how to face that and what to do about my situation instead of playing victim and just saying poor me, you know. It took an active role and said, fuck this, I'm going to fix this, and it may not be tomorrow, it may not be the next day, but I'm going to keep going in the right direction. And so far, every aspect of my life has gotten better since I started opening up and stopped hiding and stopped lying. There's a couple things in my life I'm still working on that I haven't got there yet, but I'll get there. But everything else has grown tremendously. I'm definitely a better person than I was when I walked in here, that's for sure.
And question, was any of that handed to you?
None of it. I worked fucking hard for this. Still do every day. But it's worth it.
I agree.
Senor Flores.
I think once that I decided to put a pause on life and just stop everything and start acknowledging things, is when I realized how scared I really was in life, of life, or things that were surrounding me. And that started here once I started getting my my mind clear and started noticing what I was not facing in real life. From that day forward and through a lot of work, I started facing a lot of those hills, those obstacles, whatever you want to call them. And that's when I started receiving like the most gifts, and life started getting easier. So it's kind of strange. Like I didn't really notice when I was out, well, prior to coming here, how much I was actually afraid of, and how much I was running from, and getting that sense of kind of acknowledging that and accepting that is when I was able to focus on what I need to actually work on. And once I started doing that, it was like, you know, it was a step-by-step process, but things did get easier. Problems started going away. You know, I still have fears to this day, and it's funny that you brought this up today, because I was earlier on today, I was, you know, brainstorming about something I had to get done, and literally nobody's gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? I have to do all this by myself. You know, it's good to have some guidance along the way or suggestions, but in reality, I have to face all these myself. So, I would say the biggest gift I got from fear is I started getting a sense of peace. You know, just a real sense of peace in life. Knowing that, you know, that I don't have to run. You know, it's not as scary as it seems. I don't have to complicate it more than it is. There's a lot that I could go off of. I started getting a sense of peace from it.
That was awesome. Yeah, peace.
That's all I got.
Thanks, Ryan.
Sean.
I think when I first got here, my My greatest fear was stopping using drugs and alcohol because I didn't know any other way to cope with things or deal with things. Like that was my support system for like basically 32 years of my life. And it was, you know, it was scary for me to, you know, think about giving that up because, like I said, that was all I knew. But at the same time, I also knew if I didn't try, I was going to continue to live a life of misery and probably die. But you know, I came here and I was mad, I was angry at first, I was unhappy, I was uncomfortable. It was like the longer I stuck around and the more I paid attention, and you know, I did learn a different way. I learned a whole new way of just learning to cope with things in better ways. And you know, I stuck with it and I never gave up. And you know, there's been all kinds of gifts on the other side of facing that fear. Like Senor Flores said, you know, the inner peace, the mental clarity, the ability to care for myself these days, take care of myself, the ability to work again, the gift to, I was such a wreck. I could barely work before I got here, but I just, that's it. Sorry.
No. You got me tearing up. Because you and Flores both mentioned that, and for me, that was sort of the conclusion that I had come to, was that in the fear, that was the birthplace of the peace. And I didn't realize it until after I got through the fear, but if I hadn't been afraid, I wouldn't have received the gift of the peace that I have today.
And the thing is, you know, even when that inner peace gets disturbed, it's like I have the ability to restore it. So, that's it.
Yeah, the fear I got is failure. It sucks, man. Like, I think I failed my kids because I'm in treatment. I've been thinking almost going, it'll be a year next month, and to me, I think I failed them most. I failed myself at the end of the day. And thanks to my counselors and Sean and Joey and reached out here, I found out what was the reason of my, angry and how I feel. And it called my, I say, childhood trauma. That's how I came up with, man. I be working with Sean, Joey, and them. That's where we come from. So, me being a failure as a father, it sucks. But I know I could do way better what I'm doing right now for my kids. So, I can improve with that. Something to work for, you know. And then I pass. Thank you, Sean, and anything else. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome. No problem, man.
Jason, did you have your hand up before? Were you? Okay. OT.
Yeah, I was very grateful to start my treatment program because, well, I was already scared. I was scared to sleep at night. I'd wake up with tremors and kind of trying to come off alcohol. So, like, I knew I needed help. But the biggest fear I had was I knew that I would have to strip away those identities I lived in. You know, the stoner, the drunk, these things, and like, but I gained everything out of it. Like, I gained myself. I got the Lord back for the first time. A sense of purpose, a sense of worth, and kind of like Flores said, like peace. You know, knowing that obviously we're not immune to life's hardships, but knowing that hardships are the pathway to peace, I'm capable. I have a toolbox full of skills that I can use now. And to get over that little bit of fear to gain all of these things was amazing. It's enlightening. It gives me courage in the future because I know life's going to get rocky and there's going to be times where you're going to need to be courageous. But if you don't have that fear, is it worth it? You know, I think every time you get through a major point in life or a successful achievement, it's you gotta go through it. You gotta be challenged on sometimes your beliefs, your thoughts, how you operate in life, who you associate with, who you are, sometimes at your core, what you thought you were, and getting through that. I found that you can do almost anything you want. You find, well, I've been able to find peace, I've been able to find joy, lasting joy. Happiness is fleeting. It's not a good choice. Chase that. I did that for almost 20 years and got me here. So, but in so doing so, I found a group of friends that I call family. You know, I found a home. So I'm thankful for that fear. I'm thankful for those challenges. Just knowing those things is building my capability up to levels I never thought I could ever do again. I thought I was at the end of my road before I got here, and it turns out it was the beginning. So, fear's a good thing. About fear, there's nothing to be gained. That's all I got to say about that.
Thank you, my friend. I love how you said you thought you were at the end of your road, but it was actually the beginning. Couldn't agree more.
So,
I was thinking, I think when Flora shared, it sort of sparked something, because I was like, okay, what am I afraid of? I don't know if I'm actually answering the question, but I know what I said a lot when I first got here was that I felt like my life had sort of passed me by, and that, you know, all the good things were behind me. I also had a fear of dying alone. And then I came here and I met me. We do so much work on ourselves, and gotta bring it up. I define my values. I really got to know what I valued. You know, we do it in group and then you take it back, but I reflect on them every day. What is it that I value? And it makes life so much easier. Every step is a little bit lighter because I try to walk those values. Certainly not perfect, for sure. But there is I had a strong belief, and still do have a strong belief in God, and I was always reciting, you know, that I put my trust in you, I get the strength. That quote or that psalm, I think it is. And that got me, I mean, that brings me comfort, but at the end of the day, it's still just me. I have to bring me comfort. I have to be my own friend. I have to be my cheerleader. So the fear of thinking everything was behind me is gone, because I have myself to move forward with, if that makes sense. Don't cry, Jen. It's like I can smile at everything, even sometimes when I'm driving, I smile.
Honesty is required.
I do sometimes smile when I drive. I don't know if that describes it, but it's kind of like sort of what Kote said and Ryan, like the finding the peace. And the joy is waking up every morning. The joy is in the pattern or the routine that I've established. The joy is coming here and seeing people, all the friendly faces that I love so much, and knowing that I can come back here every Thursday, even if I don't live here anymore. Life isn't over, and I am so grateful that I know that now. And that I can say, hello, good morning, Michelle. Let's make this a good day. I truly treat myself like a friend, and I'm trying to spread that as I go out, and do my life.
That's great. Thank you.
D-Max. One of my biggest fear was becoming part of Racing for Recovery. When I got here, I just wanted to come get my little time in, get some sobriety in. And when I first got here, me and Jason was like, we ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. All right, so, I don't find myself, I'm loving the Kool-Aid, I love being here. I'm still, I ain't that real friendly guy or whatever, but I enjoy the people that I'm here with. I don't think there's no better place for me to find what I'm looking for in life than being here. And I was afraid of it when I first got here. I just wanted to do me 90 days and go back home. But then I decided that I was gonna start over here. And I made this my home now. And sometimes that's still a little fearful for me, starting over in a new city, but I know that I have some wonderful people around me, that make me feel at ease. A lot of the fear of that, but I gotta be honest, so some of it is still there. But I truly love being here. Don't agree with everybody don't agree with me, but as a whole, this is a wonderful place to be. And I've learned a lot about me, like Michelle said, I've learned a lot about me. I learned that there's a certain way that I want to live my life. And it's not about, I used to think it was culture. it's not about culture, it's about people. It's about being around people and enjoying them for who they are, and they enjoy you for who you are. That got a lot of the fear that I had inside me out, but I still have some hesitation. That's it.
Is it over now?
Over now.
Thanks, Paul.
Kelly.
So as I often do, I sit here and really listen to what everybody has to say. Excuse my cold, guys, I apologize. And definitely I had huge fear of coming here and not knowing what I was getting into. Admitting some of the things that I admitted and being vulnerable, digging deep. It took me a long time to get there. But if I was to stop and be honest and say what my biggest fear recently has been, it was walking out of this place. I was terrified to go out on my own into the big world again. I was terrified of falling on my face after all I had learned and just start drinking again. Even though I knew all the things I had learned, I had all of the tools, I was a completely different person than when I walked in. Just the fear of walking away from what had become my family. Going out there and thinking I was going to be so alone. Wondering if I could still hold a job, if I could start driving again, if I could pay bills, if I could get into a routine. I was terrified to do that. And I am extremely happy now. I come back here at least on Thursdays because this is still home to me when I walk through these doors. I know that if I need my small amount of people that I have gained here, they're just a phone call away, they're just a text away. I still have those people. I have my family closer than I've ever had them before. I'm able to make friends at work that are work friends because they live in a different manner than I do, but still have friends that can come home when they go out and do their partying or whatever they choose to do. I can go to work every day and I can communicate the way that adults are supposed to communicate and have empathy for adults out there that don't know how to communicate and not be the asshole that I used to be. I can have humility like I never had before I came here. I can have confidence like I never had before I came here. This place made my life what it is today, and I'm grateful for every single day I spent here, for every lesson I learned, for every tool in my box, for coming back here every Thursday and seeing my people, being welcomed, accepted, and loved. That is the hugest gift I got out of my big fear. I love this topic, Jen. Thank you very much for bringing it up.
Thank you for speaking so beautifully about it. You mentioned a lot of gifts in all of that, and I think, like I said in the beginning, when I was reflecting on this topic, I started writing a list of all the things that were born out of coming from a place of such a terrifying feeling of no capability, feeling powerless, completely decimated. But it took being in that place in order to start seeking all of those beautiful things that everybody has talked about. And if I hadn't gotten that afraid, I wouldn't have the gifts that I'm receiving today. It took the depths of despair to bring the heights of joy. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and for everybody's shares tonight. And here, look, what do you got? What do you got?
Me,
What do you got?
all kinds of stuff.
Hit me, Sergeant.
Now, like Kelly was saying, I was trying to pay close attention to everybody and pull out some of the pieces that kind of resonated with me. And I came up with a conclusion that there's many things that go into the one gift that I'm going to highlight here. I wrote a few of them down, like the fear of feeling things I didn't want to, avoiding all of that stuff, fear of judgment and failure, like you were talking about. I even had fears of accomplishments, because now what are you going to expect out of me? Those kind of things, you know. And that was something I had never really spoke of ever until, I don't know, I started maybe about a year ago working on that stuff. And being able to work through like avoiding things. Why was I avoiding things? Well, if somebody knew I was trying to do something and they knew I didn't accomplish it or I failed at it, now what are they thinking about me? Those kind of fears. And that dug deep with me for a long time. Working through those kind of things, and I like, Mitchell, how you put it, man. Once I was able to kind of start navigating and get through all of that joyfully curious started hitting, and that felt way better than all of that other stuff. And then Ryan, like you were talking about, what I needed to do to help put aside a lot of those fears was put my life on hold. Stop focusing on all the wrong things. The right thing was what I was seeing in the mirror, and that's what I needed to do, was focus on that. And I can't stress that enough to anybody I talk to. And the peace that comes with it, that's a gift. But like Michelle was talking about, the biggest gift, one of the biggest gifts for me was being able to just find out who I am through my values and stuff like that. And I say it all the time, we're going to teach a class on values one of these days. But being able to find myself has led to a gift of being the version of myself that I didn't know existed, and that I am able to give to other people. And now when I say that, I don't walk into a room and think in my head like, oh, aren't you so lucky to see me right now? You know, it's not that. I am able to walk in and be so comfortable with myself, and able to give that authenticity to everybody that I'm around, that I don't have to put a mask on to please you or to try to fit in with Sean, Jason, stuff like that. It's such a good feeling to be able to carry that gift of knowing myself and having that peace. What about you, Adam?
Happy birthday.
I was thinking about
He's gonna fire me.
You're on the job.
Yeah, and it's bullshit because you do walk in and say, I'm here and point. No, I don't know. I think when I first got here, I heard honest self-evaluation, honest this, honest that. And I was like, I'm not buying into it or whatever. And I know honesty is important, but I didn't really put too much thought into some of those things until I started doing them. and realizing the free feeling that you get from starting being honest with yourself, and then you'll kind of naturally be honest with others after that, not having to hide behind, remember lies, and can actually realize who you are, not just what you're telling people you are. That was a pretty freeing feeling, and I think the gift was that feeling from like putting in all the work and the conscious effort into starting that. To be honest, I think.
Makes sense. Thanks, man. Well, thank you, everybody. You made this far more. Ooh, we got a couple more hands. Okay.
David.
David.
I'm David. I have to say this because it's been running through my mind ever since Cheryl said this about her thimbles. It's Cheryl, right? Sheila. So sorry. I said Cheryl.
You're okay.
Sheila was talking about her thimbles earlier. She seemed so excited about that. And a thought ran through my mind, how far removed I was in addiction from a thimble, and so to me, what that represents is joy and creativity, connection, and so I was just thinking, like, what in my life do I have that represents that thimble? It might not look like a thimble. It could look like a camera, or it could look like a paintbrush. But it's just that thing that I enjoy doing, and it brings me joy, and it also can bring connection because I want to share it with other people, and so it just had me thinking about all that. And I know that maybe that sounds so silly, but that's really all I got.
Doesn't sound silly at all. Thanks, David.
Rick.
I think we can all agree that people in recovery lose the fear of the red and blue lights behind them. I know I was always afraid, and now I drive right into them. I don't have anything to worry about. I pay insurance. I'm not drinking. I'm not drugging. My biggest fear, I think, was when I moved to Florida, I had a full-time nighttime job with Home Depot, and I wanted to do more while I lived there. So I started a business cutting grass and trimming palm trees. And palm trees get up to 30 and 40 feet tall. But my fear has always been of heights. And I thought, how am I going to do this? This is something I want to do, but what I figured out was this. The fear wasn't the height. I didn't have a fear of climbing the ladder. It's when I looked down that I thought I might fall. And after so many times climbing that ladder and not falling, I lost that fear. Someone once told me something, I quote this all the time. When fear comes knocking at the door, send faith to answer, and there'll be nobody there. I'll close with that.
Beautiful. Thanks, Rick. Thank you.
Thanks for that.
You got Danielle, and then that's it for time.
I'll just go really quick. So before I came here, I tore my life down, and I even set it on fire. And I think the gift came from looking at the beauty in that, because I wasn't happy, I wasn't at peace, I wasn't able to believe in myself. So I think I built my life back up piece by piece when everybody was talking about doing the work. I think the biggest gift came with and having self-confidence and asking for help to rebuilding when I need to, but just having the trust in myself that you know, that to make myself stronger and handle the hardships that come by. But that's, I think, with all the breaking, became the biggest gift, having strength and believing in myself on the outside of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, autobiography?
Okay.
That's Jason.
Yeah,
Whoops.
I know, I didn't know that, I'm like, maybe it's three of us. Alright, autobiography in 5 short chapters. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it. It's there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thank you, Ben.
You know what brought me joy today? Seeing that picture